Alright, so this is actually a follow-up video to this Girsan MC P35. This is the PI model, so they lopped an inch off the end of the barrel to give it a more, I guess a more compact size there. The grip length and everything's still the same. It's just a little shorter on the barrel. But anyways, the original review video, if you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description to that. But in that video, we're having issues with literally every single mag. This thing was jamming up on me, and what it was doing, when it would chamber around, it'd only go in about that far, basically halfway into the chamber, and it would get stuck and it would stop. Had it happen at least once per mag, literally out of every single mag. Sometimes it was like 3 times per mag. Took it home, disassembled, cleaned, lubed it and all that, and I found that the extractor on this is kind of tight. Sorry for the wind, by the way. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. But anyways, when I had the slide off and whatnot, I was sliding shells up behind that extractor claw, and I noticed it was very tight. So I took a couple of my other 9mm, did the same thing, and in my other 9mm pistols, including a brand new Ruger Max 9, so it's not that it's a new gun, the shells went in a lot easier under those extractor claws of the other pistols. I also tried a Taurus G2. So it's just real tight. So I think that's something that would eventually break in over time once it wears down that claw some. So I do believe that's the issue I'm having, why I kept having those hang-ups, because that extractor claw is just a little too tight. So basically, when it's chambering the next round, it's trying to pop up under that extractor claw, and it's getting stuck because it's not popping all the way up. It's getting caught on that extractor claw. At least that's what I believe is happening. I also fed by hand some bullets into the chamber, and it was extremely smooth. Fed it at the angle that it would go in and everything. There's nothing catching in there. So that's another reason why I really believe it's that extractor claw causing that issue. So like I said, it might be something that would work itself out after so many 100 rounds of break-in. But I actually did something to kind of accelerate that process. I don't know how well it worked. So I took these Tula, if I can get to them here, steel case, and probably about 100 times I kept chambering one over and over and over, because normally I would advise against shooting this steel stuff. It burns dirtier, it leaves a lot of gunk, and a lot of people don't know, but the bullet is actually a copper alloy. It's not 99% copper, you know, like Winchester, Federal, or Remington. So they can wear out your rifling in the barrels faster. But this steel case should help wear down that extractor claw quicker than a brass case, because obviously steel is harder than brass, so it might take forever with these brass cases to accomplish that. I'm going to try to get it zoomed in on this, but you can actually see where the claw's been biting into that shell where I've been cycling it in over and over. So it's very minute, and again, I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see it. There's marks there where I've just been chambering the same bullet over and over and over again to get it to rub on an extractor claw, hopefully wear down any burrs and sharp edges and whatnot. It also doesn't help that the claw is not tapered. So I noticed on some of my other guns when I took them down, they have like the very bottom is tapered. It's at an angle so that the case can feed in there more smoothly, more reliably. So that's not helping matters anyways, or either, I should say. So hopefully I wore it in some by chambering the steel over and over. I think another thing that'll help, and I brought this as well, I really hate to waste my high-end defense ammunition on this, but I think a harder round would help too, because it's going to make it cycle harder and faster, so that's less likely to get caught on that extractor claw there. So like I said in the review video, linked in the description, I was shooting this stuff, which my CZ immediately after that. By the time you see this, that CZ video will be up. The CZ ate 100 rounds of this, no problem. This was coughing up on every mag, so it was not the ammunition. So, but we was getting a jam, at least one with every mag. So I'm going to run a mag each of this. I'm going to start out with the gold dots, because these are going to be hotter than your standard practice round nose FMJ stuff, even though these aren't plus P. And then I'm also going to run a mag of this HST, which is plus P, see how these do. And then we're going to go back to the FMJ ammo and see if it'll cycle it after that. So like I said in the review, jammed every single mag. So if we can get a mag of each of these through with no jams, you know the hot ammo is going to help. But like I said, I was also running the steel case through it over and over at home, trying to wear in that claw. So I want to run these through it first, then we'll go back to FMJ and see if it's good to go now on FMJ. All right. Here we got full mag of the gold dots. And this back row of targets is laser rangefinder confirmed, 15 yards. Well, those are shooting way off from point of aim. With the FMJ, it was pretty much dead on, but it is not wanting to hit these plates with these gold dots, so these have a way different point of impact. I'm going to take a few on the target out there, the paper target, see where the heck these things are hitting, but so far so good. Wow, those are stringing like crazy. I was just aiming 6 o'clock hold on that center red oval. You can see there's a few a little low right, and then there's some that are way low. I don't know what the heck that's about. All right, so it seems like my theory is correct. I ran those, other than them being horribly inaccurate out of this thing. Absolutely zero issues out of that mag when we had an issue with every single mag in the review video with the practice ammo. So I'm going to load up with the HSTs. I don't think it will be an issue. And then we'll get back to that same ammo that was causing it to cough up in the review video, which again, immediately after, ran 100 through my CZ, no problem. So it's not ammo. All right, full mag. HST plus P. I'm going to go ahead and start on that paper target to see where these are hitting. So that paper target, by the way, it's currently sitting at 9.6 yards. All right, low right again, and it looks like one or two went again real low right, so I don't know if that's just me pulling or what, but I don't think we were that far off in the review video with the FMJ, so it's definitely got to be the ammo switch, you know. A lot of people don't understand that when you switch to a different brand, different weight, whatever, a lot of times it can shift your point of impact even at a close range by, you know, a good inch or two. Again, no issues. So we'll switch back to that FMJ now that coughed up on every single mag, but hopefully, like I said, cycled a bunch of that steel through the, well, the same steel over and over. Hopefully it wore in that extractor claw for me, so we're about to find out. I mean, if not, then you're just going to have to run hotter ammo, you know, for the first few hundred rounds or whatever until I have to break it, and then it might run, you know, the cheap FMJ or whatever okay for you, but we'll see here if that's all it needed. And I've watched plenty of reviews on these and I've never seen anybody have any issues, so it must just be I got a picky one, but hopefully it's going to run this FMJ for me now. All right, full mag of that LAX 124 grain round nose, which those were not reloads, by the way. I stated that in the review video. Again, that's linked in the description. So I'm going to go back out to this paper target and see if I'm about to eat my words here with the point of impact. Going to aim for that red dot clear off to the right side. Yep, that's what it was doing to me. So still not running this FMJ okay. I'm thinking if you ran 147 grain instead of 124, that might do the trick, because a 147 should have a slightly more recoil. But this is the issue I was having. Ow. Didn't quite catch the trigger reset there. That's why there was a pause on the steel. So as you see, it did a little better. I didn't have any of these super, see, I was aiming here, and those where I was grouping with the HSTs and the gold dots. And then over here you can see it's averaging higher, so it's still off to the right, but I didn't have any of those super low flyers like that. Yeah, but as you guys saw there, ran the HST no problem, ran the gold dot no problem as soon as we switched back to this LAX. Again, it's not the ammo. My CZ ate this stuff up. I'm pretty sure all my other guns would too. This one's just being picky for some reason. So, like I said, I think it's that extractor claw. So, over time, it would eventually wear that claw in to where it probably wouldn't be an issue. But until that would occur, I'm going to have to run hotter stuff. Like I said, 147 grain FMJ would probably work also, but there's no way to know without trying. But, yeah, I mean, shoot, the recoil on these gold dots is like 5% more than the recoil on these, and it runs them. So the 147s will likely run no issue. So I do think eventually, you know, it would eventually wear that in, break in, whatever, to where it wouldn't be an issue. And as I said earlier, if you run the steel case through it until then, that will help wear that claw in quicker than a brass case. So, but that'll do it for this one. I just wanted to see if I could resolve that. And like I said in the beginning, before I even tried, I had a hunch that hotter stuff would run it, and that's what we experienced here today. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, the original review video linked in the description if you didn't catch that. But thanks for watching. If you want to get any of the products you see me use in the videos, like that target stand there, papers targets, steel targets, rangefinder, and more, links are in the description. Check out the review video if you missed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.